All right, it is time to get ready for Alamogordo Softball season. They've got their first scrimmages coming up. I guess when we air this, it will be this upcoming weekend, and you guys will be hosting. Do you know how many teams you guys are got coming in this time?
We have 4, including ourselves, would be 5. We're going to be facing Carlsbad, Artesia, Roswell, and Silver City.
Silver City. Okay, so kind of a lot of the same teams you guys have had come in the past. So, and the voice you just heard there was Charlene Reyes. Who? What year is this now with Lady Tiger Softball?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay, we won't. But since the program started at Alamogordo High School, right?
Right.
Yeah.
1996.
Okay, and of course Ronnie Reyes as well. How y'all doing? Very good.
Very good. Thank you for having us here. We appreciate you.
Always happy to have you in. And you've got 2 seniors and a junior here. And if you want to introduce the crew that you brought with you,
sure. We have Rainn Daly. She'll be our key first baseman. We have Mariah Granados, and she'll be everywhere. She will be behind the plate. She will be catching quite a bit. She'll be also in the infield. Pick a spot, short, second, third. Yeah. So those are our 2 seniors, and then we have Sydney Lessentine, our pitcher here. She's a junior, and obviously she'll be on the mound most games. And then she might see some time at short as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's a position you guys obviously I didn't think about that. You guys didn't really graduate a ton from last year, but catcher is definitely one of those positions that you guys had to replace out of last year. So.
Right, offensively and defensively, yeah, she was, yeah. But I think we've got it figured out between Mariah and we've got another young one coming up. I think between the 2 of them, Haley Evans, we'll be good to go.
Okay, very good.
They're very hungry and very eager to learn, and they're quick study.
Coach, I mean, from tryouts and the first couple weeks of practice, what's been your feeling of this year's group so far?
It's been good. I'm excited. We work hard. I mean, in the weight room, the girls are lifting hard, and I tell you what, this group that we have right now, even last year's group, they were pretty good. It's going to be hard to lose. We lost a big one, Kendall. It's hard. But I think between Mariah and Haley, I think we're going to be fine. But and then Sydney, of course, she's going to train them pretty good. So we'll be fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, coming from a 3rd place finish last year and getting most people back, I mean, you guys got to feel pretty good about what the possibilities are for this year.
We do, and like I said, it's going to be a tough competition. Carlsbad's no slouch. Centennial, we have quite a few.
Yeah. Well, then you figure you guys got La Cueva coming in the first game of the season, so that's going to be...
That'll be a tough one.
Yeah. That's fun, though.
That's the way we like to open up, and that's the way we like to play. We better play the better teams so that we know where we need to be when it comes down to, state tournament.
Yeah.
So hopefully with our schedule this year, like you said, La Cueva, and then in the Cruces tournament, and then the Rio Rancho tournament.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. So, I mean, coming off that experience last year, I mean, are you guys even more pumped to get into it? Because, you were so close there at the end of the season. Does it just get the hungers there to go out and do even better this year?
Oh, yes. We are all hungry. We are ready to come back and get them this year.
Okay. We'll see what happens, obviously, when we get to state times. I'm sure you guys are going to be there. How about your off season? You focused mainly on softball this year. It's the first time you've done that. You've been the multi-sport athlete over the years, and this year you really focused in on softball. I know you were traveling a ton, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Where all did you get to go?
Mainly just up in Texas. That's where I played a lot.
Okay. And good experience. What do you feel like you took away from getting to play against some of the best talent out there, right?
Oh, yeah. It's incredible over there, just seeing all different types of girls from everywhere and where they're going to be continuing after high school and be able to compete against them to see what I'm going to be competing against when I'm older too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, before you got here, I was talking with these two going, I thought she was a senior. It's just one of those, because with Lady Tiger Softball, a lot of 5-year players. Mariah, is this 5 years for you? Rainn, 5 years? Yeah. So, I mean, it's just kind of a normal thing with this program at the varsity level. So
just start them young.
Yeah, and I'm sure you got some 8th graders on the team again this year.
Sir,
so
we do.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Not a surprise at all. Mariah, how about you? What was the off season like? What were you doing getting ready for the season?
I worked out a lot this summer. All throughout the summer, I probably went to the gym every day. Maybe not the weekends, but definitely every day. And I didn't play softball much this season or this summer. The beginning of the year I did, but other than that, not really.
Okay.
Just working out, really.
Okay. And that's, I mean, being in shape, and we know that these two will run you all a lot.
For sure.
You'll find out what kind of shape that you're in going into. When you started practices, did you feel like, hey, this is maybe not as difficult as it was in other years? Or?
Yeah, especially weight room.
Yeah.
It wasn't as hard this year as it has been before.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Rainn, how about you? What kind of off-season stuff? I know you did have to deal with a little bit of an injury, so that kind of slowed you down a bit,
Yeah,
right?
I did a lot of travel ball, mostly staying in New Mexico, and then going and working out when I could, and just trying to stay in shape. And yeah, some injuries slowed me down a little bit, but I'm back and I'm ready to.
Yeah. You're
Jump
excited
into
that
it.
you're 100% heading into the new
Yeah.
season. How about the workouts going into the year? Were you feeling like you'd put yourself in good shape going into the season?
Yeah, I definitely felt the difference from last year and then this year coming into the weight room and all of that. It definitely felt a lot easier. Of course, putting in the extra work to push myself was, of course, as hard as it usually would be, but I was able to start at a higher level than I was last year.
Okay. How about your game going into the season? Where do you feel like maybe you're better at? Is it at the plate? Is it in the field? Where do you feel maybe most confident at?
I feel the most confident at first. That's, as everyone knows, that's kind of my specialty, but I've worked at the plate a lot, and I feel like that'll start coming up and being better now this year too.
Yeah, because you get some big hits in the state playoffs, if I
Yeah.
remember last year. So
Yeah.
you want more of that all throughout the season this
Yeah,
year.
not just the last couple games. I want it all season this year.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to that being the case. Mariah, how about you? Is it obviously talk about stepping into the catcher role at some positions, or having to maybe bounce around from being infield to being catcher? Is it kind of mentally preparing for that? Physically, what's the biggest challenge for that for you?
Kendall's shoes are very hard to fill. You can never fill those shoes. So it's hard, and I think I've always been more confident in the infield, and it's always where I've been playing my entire life. And coming into catching, I mean, I've done it before. I know what I'm doing, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Good rapport between you and your pitcher? Going okay?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we want to hear. Sid, how about you? I mean, obviously you did all that work in the off season. Your pitching has obviously been very good over the last couple of years. Do you feel like you're at a different level going into this season?
I think I am.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think I've improved some, but I'm just waiting for my stick to start getting going because it's not very good right now.
Okay.
But I think it's just all mental, so once I get past that, we'll be good.
And something tells me she's probably being a little coy and maybe trying to lull some people into a sense of security. And she's not feeling really confident. They step out there and they see her eyes and go, oh, she's fine. Coach, we've got these three here, but obviously you got to fill out the entire roster. Who else is going to be contributed for you this year?
So we're looking at our returners, and Amani Kosum, she'll be anywhere and everywhere. She's another one that's really versatile. And excuse me, as a leadoff. And then Maylee Herrera will be back looking at some center field time. And we have Alexis Rodriguez at third base. Thank you.
She's doing this all off the top of her head, folks, so just kind of give her a second there.
We're also bringing back Miranda. Miranda saw some time in left field. She's a little slapper. And we've got a couple 8th graders that we brought on board. Iceland Ortiz. She'll be looking at some time, possibly maybe on the mound, give Sid some relief, keep Sid fresh, so then that way we're good to go each game. She will also see some time in the infield, shortstop, second base. And then we've got 2 other young ones that we brought in to help us out a little bit, some family that you had talked about in Daviana Gonzalez, would be Val's sister, and then also with Z. We call her Z. It's Zaima Delgado.
Okay.
And so, though they're pretty young, they're pretty fresh and really working hard to get themselves on that field. And then, of course, we're returning Alyssa Bautista, and her stick's looking pretty good right now.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, and we were talking about it before we came in about families that go through this program. This program in tennis are the ones that they have like groups of families. Of course, Mariah's got a family that played in it before, and I don't think Sydney and Rainn, you guys didn't have any family in softball before, right?
No.
Sid did.
Sid did? Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember.
Yeah. And same with Haley. Haley will be in the infield, but
Yeah.
She also had her sister playing earlier on with us before.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
it's a family affair.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Coach, and I know that that's something that is that you have older siblings that pass along to their younger siblings, and that they want to come out and play a part of this team and play with y'all. I mean, I'm sure that means a lot to you to see I'm sure you remember some of these 8th graders and these younger ones when they were little bitty ones. Now to see them on your team, it's got to be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's kind of different. It's
fun. It's fun. It's fun to see them because you think, oh, look how cute they are, and then when they get on the field, you're like, oh, wow, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I say it's got to be fun. Sid, what about this year's group? I mean, what have you gotten? What's your impression so far? I mean, enjoying being around them. Obviously, a lot of them you were around last year, but when you bring in some and some leave, there's kind of a different dynamic. What do you feel like you think this year's team is going to be like?
I feel like we have a very outgoing group, very different personalities, and I think all the young girls are definitely getting more confident this year than they were last year. And our little 8th graders, they're confident too. I don't think any of them are shy right now, so it's going to be fun.
Something tells me when you were an 8th grader, you weren't very shy either, right? No.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I don't think so at all. Mariah, how about you? What's your takeaway from this group so far over the first few weeks of practice?
I mean, we all get along very well. We all talk to each other, communicate. We talk at school. Whenever we get the chance, we always talk to each other.
Okay. Rainn, how about you? I mean, what have you seen from this group? What do you like about this year's team, maybe compared to other teams you've been on?
I've noticed that this group is very hardworking. Of course, a lot of them are returning, and they were hardworking too. But it seems to be amplified this year since we've almost had that state title. But and everyone there doesn't seem to be any type of drama, even if it's left off the field. Like, everyone talks at school. It's not just we're on the field, we have to be nice. Everyone seems to be getting along really well, and that's a big thing in this game.
Okay. How about goals for the season? Are you setting them for yourself? Is it team-wise? I mean, it's your senior year. You obviously want to go out with a bang. What are the things you're really trying to focus on that you want to do well in your last year with Lady Tiger Softball?
This year, I definitely want to work a lot on my hitting. I want it to be at that level that it was at the end of the season last year, and maybe even beyond that. But this year, it's mainly focusing on my hitting.
Okay. And team-wise, I'm sure anything less than competing for a state title again would be a disappointment.
Yeah.
We
made it last year, and we've got pretty much the same girls returning, and they're a hardworking group. If we don't make it, I'd be very surprised that we didn't.
All right. Mariah, how about you? I mean, what have you wanted to focus on going into this year? I mean, do you set some personal goals for yourself? Is it team goals? What are you looking at going into the season?
Well, being behind the plate, I'm hoping to be the best catcher I can be for Sid and just everything like that. And with my hitting, I hope to improve and be the best hitter I can be with the team.
Yeah.
We're all competing to get to the top, so hopefully we make it.
What I mean, and what do you feel like? I mean, maybe you guys need to do a little bit differently, or just keep doing the same things and execute when you get to that point. I mean, are there some things you're really focusing on this year, maybe be slightly different than last year?
Probably taking practice more seriously.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure the coaches will definitely love to hear that part of it. So, Sid, how about you? I mean, is there any things? Obviously, I think last year you were already setting records in terms of. I think you set the single season record for strikeouts last year. Was that what we had last season? I think that was right.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, it happened at some point throughout last year. So, are there numbers that you're looking to hit, or are you just mainly focusing on simpler things from that standpoint?
Probably just focusing on the little things. And I'm pretty excited to actually get some playing time at shortstop, not just pitch all the time. I mean, I love it, but it would be fun to get some playing time at short. And hopefully having a better hitting record this year. So
yeah. And is it nice to kind of be, I feel like maybe a little more rested heading into the softball season than other years?
Yes, definitely.
I know injuries have plagued you a little bit away from the softball field over the years, so it's got to be nice. And what do you feel like the biggest thing that the team needs to do this year, maybe compared to last year, to maybe get over that hump and be state champions this year? What maybe stands out to you on that?
Playing together, not just playing for ourselves and sacrificing for each other.
Okay. Very good.
That's a good answer.
Obviously, it's the team aspect, and I mean, you've seen it. Obviously, I mean, having coached a state championship team, there's that special thing that those teams end up having in order to get to that spot. Wouldn't you say?
Definitely, and it's exciting because these girls, as they've gotten older now, they've learned through the ranks, right? And so they can share with the younger girls, and so it kind of keeps us all on the same page all the time with the expectations and the hard work and knowing what it takes. Because, I mean, I know I had one of the little freshman girls say, "Well, I've got some varsity ball under my belt from playing 8th grade and making it to a state tournament, so now I know what to expect." And so, I mean, it just kind of all starts to fall into place for the girls, which works for us because it makes it easier.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, how much that experience last year is? I mean, I'm sure as gut wrenching as it was to come so close but not to get it. That's got to mean a lot for all these girls coming back that they can build off of that, right?
Yes, and like I said earlier, you're going to see a combination of a lot of things out of this group. Yes, we're young, but we got a good mixture. But most of all, we got speed, we got power, we got the small ball, which is get on the bunt game. We're going to execute. We're going to do some things that you're going to be really excited to see this team go through. So. And we're excited as coaches to just be able to see this group come back, and just execute and be consistent. One of the things that we drill with the girls is just being consistent on everything because, Sydney's one of the best pitchers in the state. And so, they might hit her. And when they do, you got to come up with the play. And it might just be that one or two times, but you got to be ready. And so we've been working on that because a lot of times, it's like I haven't had a ball hit to me yet, which is good as a coach. Of course, we'd love Sydney to strike everybody out, but that's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you right now, on any given day, anybody can be beat. Carlsbad can be beat, Centennial, everybody up north. It just depends on who shows up. Yeah. And that's what we've been working on. We have to be ready to go, and in that practice we do that.
Situations in practice.
Lots of situations
right now.
So,
yeah. Well, and I mean, I've obviously been talking about competing for a state title, but you guys want to win a district title as well. Right. Obviously, being Centennial as good as they are, you all want that. That's the first thing that you want to go out and get this year. So
one game at a time.
Yeah. And outside of Centennial, who else is going to be pretty good in the district this year? Do you think?
I think Mayfield will probably be pretty tough. One out there will probably be tough. I would say the southern districts are pretty tough. Hobbs is going to come back.
Hobbs going to be bad.
And of course Carlsbad. And I don't think anybody's lost any pitching. So, and then you have to compete with La Cueva, and Cibolou's got a new coach, and Rio Rancho, of course. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing somebody. But
I'm sure Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's good in everything.
Cleveland will be there.
If they're not good in the sport, you're like, what? That seems so strange.
And we get to go to Albuquerque.
We get to go to Albuquerque and get a look there. So that'll be nice.
Okay, very good. Well, talking about exciting things, we'll move over here to Sydney, and she's got a Gig'em shirt on, or a sweater, I should say. And so I was actually talking with the coaches. You've obviously been getting different feels from different colleges, but you made a decision on where you're headed after high school?
I did.
Okay, where are you going?
A&M. Go Aggies.
And that's kind of like a dream school for you. And that's one that you really would want to go to even before you knew it was a possibility, right?
Yes, definitely.
What was it about the program that made you decide on that in terms of meeting the coaches? What was special about going there?
It's kind of like a big, small town. It's very homey over there, and everyone over there is family and just they're there for each other. And the facility over there is incredible. Everything over there is just incredible, and I don't know. I'm just excited for it.
I would hope so. You're like, I'm going to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're wanting to study there? Have you thought about that at all yet, or still?
Elementary education.
Okay. So hoping to become a teacher
yes.
down the road? All right. Awesome. Well, that's super exciting. Mariah, what's coming up next for you? You're a senior. What's graduation's? Man, it's just around the corner. I know you probably don't want to think about that too much yet, but what's coming up for after high school? Softball, something you're hoping to continue, or?
It's something I've thought about for sure, but I'm not sure if that's something that I'll continue. I mean, I've gotten a few calls, but I don't know. I'm really focusing on getting my education and just whatever, because I'm planning on majoring in electrical engineering.
Wow.
We'll see how that goes. And I don't know. It's going to be hard, and I kind of don't want a lot more on my plate that I can handle.
Okay. Is New Mexico State where you're thinking, or is
Yes,
it?
New Mexico State.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I mean, I know they're a big engineering school, but I didn't
Yes.
know if maybe there was somewhere else you were
Yeah.
planning. Okay,
Close
very
enough, but far enough from family.
That's a good answer. I know exactly what you're talking about. Rainn, how about you? What's softball something you're hoping to continue after high school?
Yes, I've actually signed with Luna Community College up in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Awesome.
I plan to study wildlife biology while I'm playing up there, and hopefully become either a game warden or wildlife rehabilitator after college and getting my education.
Awesome. Very cool. What was it about Luna that stood out to you about the program and going up there and playing softball?
The feel of the team, like the bond that the team had, it was a really like family-like bond, and I really liked the coaching and how they ran practices up there, and they're getting some new indoor facilities, and it's just a really nice place to be, I guess.
Okay, very good. And I think we got a couple baseball players that are going up there as well, so you'll
Yeah.
know people up there.
Yeah.
For sure.
They kind of up at Luna, I think that it's only softball and baseball that they have up there, so
All right.
it's very
That's fun.
focused.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Awesome. All right. Well, obviously looking forward to a fantastic year. Again, first scrimmages will be on the 25th, and that'll be here. We mentioned the 4 teams at the top, and then the La Cueva game's the season opener. So, and then off to the races after that. You got a lot of games after that. I'm trying to remember. You got the La Cueva game, and then you guys aren't home again until district, right?
Silver.
Is it silver?
It's a way.
No, silver's away.
Oh, okay. No, but I mean, you won't have another home game until
right,
yes.
until district. Okay, yeah. I was looking at the schedule. Unfortunately, that's the things that I look at is the home games that are on there. So, gotcha. So that'll be coming up.
We'll be playing Dimming first round in the Cruces tournament,
Okay.
and I just found that out this week. I don't know anything about Rio Rancho's tournament yet. We'll see. I don't know what the bracket looks like.
But that's a new one for you guys to go up to Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
So
And that's 5 games in a row.
yeah, that's a lot. So and then 4 games, of course, in the Las Cruces tournament. So it's definitely busy times for y'all. But you get good. The biggest thing is you all want that good competition in the regular season, so you know what you're getting ready for state. So.
Got to
Ranked
play the
up
best to be
schedule.
the best.
Okay. Well, we look forward to another great season. We're hoping that we'll have long days up there at the Cleveland schools again this year. And,
Definitely.
and we've got a chance to see another state run out of y'all. Good luck this season, and we'll look forward to seeing it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.